If you own the A7C and you're a photographer, whatever you do, don't buy the small rig L bracket for it. I got this one for it, and I really regret buying it. It basically renders that flippy screen useless. So if I take it out, I can't flip it side to side, can't flip it over unless it's here. It gets in the way. So you could be taking photos, but you have to have it at a 90-degree angle. And then when it's round that way, you can't turn it at all. This is an absolute useless design for a flippy screen, and it kind of renders the screen useless. So basically you can't shoot from the hip, and you can't get your camera low down or high up in that landscape orientation. So you can't use the flippy screen for what it's designed for. And if you don't know what an L bracket is, it's basically got a mount, which is an Arca Swiss mount on the bottom here and on the side. So you can shoot in that landscape orientation, and you can very quickly switch it to the portrait orientation. And they do have a little key on the side and a little turny thing that brings that out. Now, that doesn't help this because again, you can flip it a little bit, still gets in the way. It is a bit weird as I really like small rig kit normally. I have a few other L brackets for a lot of my other cameras, and I really like what they do and I like their designs normally. I've had cages in the past, and I've had a lot of other accessories as well that have helped me film and helped me take photos. But this L bracket hasn't really been thought of at all. It's a really bad design and really not up to the standards I'm used to from small rig. It's almost as if they've thought, that'll do, and then just manufactured it and forgot about it, without thinking about how people will actually use the camera and without thinking about the functions of that camera. Or maybe they might even have an intern who got the job handed to him on a Friday afternoon and was just left to it. Now, if you do have this camera, what I'd suggest doing is ignoring this L bracket whatsoever. If you see it in Amazon or you see it wherever you buy your kit normally, just ignore this completely and save your money. I'd say get a cage for it instead, which is this, and it's been designed for it in a much better way. You can still use the flippy screen, so I can still flip that out and I can still rotate it backwards and forwards. It's got the Arca Swiss mounting point on the bottom, so you can still attach it to your tripod. And before you say there's no mounting point on this side, I know that, but it does have a lot of threads at the sides and on both sides as well. So this is a little bit of a workaround, but it does kind of turn it into an L bracket. So what you want to do is get one of these plates from Peak Design and attach it to this side. So now I've attached that Peak Design plate to the side. It basically is a kind of ad hoc L bracket. Again, we've got that Arca Swiss bit on the bottom, and now this is Arca Swiss compatible on the side. So it is a kind of L bracket. Now it's not perfect, but I'd say most things aren't really perfect. It'd be great if we could have an L bracket, and it'd be great if small rig would design a much better L bracket for this. But if you're thinking about an L bracket for the A7C, don't, whatever you do, buy the small rig one, because mine's basically stayed in the bottom of my drawer and I haven't used it, and I ended up getting this cage for it instead, and I ended up having this Peak Design plate which I attached to the side. So that's my workaround for having an L bracket for the A7C. Now, do you own the A7C, and did you get this L bracket for it? Or have I just saved you a little bit of cash? Let me know in the comments below. It'll be great to hear your thoughts. And let's just hope that if the A7 IV comes with a flippy screen, that small rig don't make the same mistake again and actually put some thought into the design of that L bracket. Now, if you like this video and want to learn more, click here next. Or if you're a binge watcher like me, click down here. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for 2 new videos every week. I'll see you next time.